Righto guys, obviously these are special trips going a long way offshore, and the whole focus for us is to be a mothership for the little vessels. So whilst it's amazing when we get there, before we even leave there's about probably 3 full days work for the crew, and that's all preparing for the voyage, cleaning the vessel up, loading all the stores, food, outboard fuel, the main ship's fuel, water, all the gear that you need for these trips. We do go through a fair bit of supply. Get you guys on board, a nice safe briefing tonight, and then we get underway a bit later on, and we'll steam for basically 30 hours to get out to Wreck Reef on this occasion. Get in behind the reef Friday morning, and then we'll launch the vessels after breakfast, and then our role changes a bit into a support role for the smaller vessels. And then we'll be doing things like making sure they're fully fueled, cleaned, and basically give the guys a bit of indication where the guys have done well before. And after that, it's really up to you guys to explore the reef. The vessel is well equipped to do this sort of work. In fact, it was originally designed and built in 1973 by a guy called Bernie Smith as a mothership for game fishing vessels. The fact she was designed to do that sort of work, we're very lucky to have things like fuel capacity of 20,000 litres, 13.5 tonne of water. She's got really good main engines, got 2 3406 Caterpillars, which are marine class engines. The beauty of these ones is you put them in gear and you can pull them out of gear a week later. They're designed just to steam all the time. The boat itself weighs 164 tonne, so as they say, size does matter at sea, and it's always good to go out on a decent sized vessel. Other than that, she's basic navigation in some ways, but it's got all the good gear that you need. A very good plotting system, good radar. It's fully interfaced, automatic autopilot, of course, and good for the crew to do night watches. Our crew sleep behind us here in a crew accommodation, so you basically got access to the other crew at all times. So if there's any problems on the bridge, the guys are quick to be able to tell you what's going on.
Yep.
So yeah.
Taking on Derek Pelagic Z, and he's got that right down.
This last couple of days we've been spending some time on a very secluded part of the Coral Sea, known as the Wreck Reef group. Virtually untouched. It's not a, they don't come here every day of the week, which is great. It's in the middle of nowhere. We're about 240, 250 nautical miles off Bundaberg, off the east coast of Australia, so we're 450, 480 kilometres out, which is a long way from home. We can't just duck to the shop if we need to. The mothership's over there, and we're about 1 kilometre. We've come in, and this little formation here is known as Bird Islet, aptly named. There's about 1 million birds here at the moment, making us feel very welcome. And we're actually popping for GTs. Now, anyone that's accustomed to these knows that the power of these is just absolute brute force. So what we've been using is the Venom range of rods, obviously, and these are the GT popper outfits. They're 7'11" and pretty long, but you can really just put the heat on these big brutes, and you can punch some decent casts. We're talking 50, 60, 70 metre casts, and these are PE 10 rating. They're a 2-piece rod. This one is one of the newer ones with the K-frame guides, so you'll get a little bit more punch during your cast with them as opposed to the older type, but nonetheless they're very, these are the highest quality rods made of the highest quality components. Of course, heavy gear, got an ATC SW 10,000. Now that's spooled with 70 or 80 pound braid, I think 80 pound braid, and we've actually upped, as yesterday we had a little bit of fun catching and losing a few fish. We've actually beefed that up to 150 pound fluorocarbon leader, which is we're a long way from home for the cod and the barramundi, which seems like a bit of an overkill, but I can tell you out here this is still kind of undercutting yourself. And the weapons of mass destruction, what's been doing the damage, is the Zerek Zeppelin. Now that's the bigger one. That's the 220mm, and that's straight out of the box. That comes with quality hardware. I think 6X mustard hooks fitted. Quality strong split rings. And if there's a fall in your gear, these big brutes are going to find it.